I know in the last few videos, if you're not the cops looking at them, you're probably looking at them like, damn, bro, you really went in, you know what I mean? And I normally don't like talking about dead people or stuff like that. I like for people to rest easy. Look, I know that in life, people have a misconception about death. Death is not what most people think. I know this as a fact. I spoke on this before. I had an out-of-body experience or near-death experience, however you want to call that type of thing. I had that when I was in prison. I was at PIC. I was on H2. And I literally had out-of-body experience. And what one of the most important thing, and this craziest thing is documented. Like I didn't eat food for a week. It was crazy. Like I could tell you all, like I had a very horrible experience there. And I don't really want to go back into detail because they had to give me an IV twice. Now let me tell you something about prison. If the prison had to give me an IV twice, I was messed up, because they don't even let you go to the nurse that many times. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a super max. I'm in like the maxes you can be in the county, and it was during COVID, so we was locked down all day. You know what I'm saying? Like all day. It's no rap, yo. There's no way I should have survived that. There's no way I should have survived that, yo. Like, and it's sad because I know people will pass away in jail, yo. Like, without no rap, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna die in there, yo. Like, you mean? Because just, it had to take for my trays to stack all the way up. You know what I mean? Like, for them to be like, yo, what is up, bro? You ain't even eat. Like, it was that bad, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't even get out of bed. It was that bad. Not even, like, barely to get out of bed to pee without throwing up everywhere. Oh, it was terrible, yo. It was so bad I was, like I was throwing up like my insides, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I say that is because there's no real death. You know what I'm saying? It's just a transition. All right. So the reason why I'm saying that, is when I speak about the bull son and all that, it's not about him dying and going to like a void or some shit like that, or it's about you not having him over here. That's what it's about. It's the same thing that other people are going to experience, right? Because what you did was you decided to play a position that you weren't fit to play. You're not fit to play this position, right? So you're going to get a lot of police officers that's going to be there, and they're going to play God, right? They're going to play like, oh, I'm God, and you know what I mean? But the thing is that people that want power normally are not in a position to wield it. And the reason why I have power is because I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Like, most people would never understand that I'd be cool having a simple, regular life. You know what I'm saying? I'd be cool, reading the Quran for the rest of my life, reading the Bible, in jail for the rest of my life. I'd be cool reading, about Pythagoras for the rest of my life, with Plato for the rest of my life, and practicing it, you know what I'm saying, in silence and in solo and dwelling. Like, I wouldn't mind being seclusive, or whatever you want to call that type of stuff. Like, that's really the type of person I am. I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do that, you know what I'm saying? Going to different little places and all that, going out the country and all that. I'm going to do that. And I wouldn't mind doing that. You see what I'm saying? That's my future. That's my life. Because that's who I am at heart. You know what I mean? Because Because I don't have this type of people type of thing. Like people have this, I want to be around people, and I want to be seen type joint. And I did that already. And I know that it's fake. I know it's fake. I know what it is. Because what you want to do is you want to stunt. You want to go in front of everybody and show people, how lit you are. And the truth is, you may be lit, but there's going to be things about you that's not lit. But you're not going to shed light on that. And one of the things that I think that separates me from other people is that I don't mind shedding light on my weaknesses. I don't mind showing people that there are things that you're going to have to work on in life. You know what I'm saying? That you're going to have to refine or polish or strengthen. There are things that you're going to have to do. There's going to be weaknesses, and you can't hide them because people can see it. There are those things. And just, you want to make sure that those things are refined as best as possible before you go in front of your Lord. And the reason why I tell you that is because I saw God. And I said that on another video. Is that you're going to go in front of your Lord, and the second that you see him, you're going to know what I'm talking about. And that's if he shows himself to you. Because a lot of y'all not going to even see God. I felt really bad the other morning when I thought about the fact that a lot of people are going to spend their life or spend eternity and never see God. Some people going to spend this lifetime right now and never see God. Never know God. Never have a relationship with God. To me, that's worse than anything, yo. There's nothing on this earth worse than that. Nothing at all. Crucify me, light me on fire, whatever. Nothing is worse than having a whole lifetime and not have a relationship with God. Now, there's a lot of things that's going on in our communities, you know what I'm saying, in our world with the Donald Trump stuff. You know what I mean? Every time I turn around, somebody's saying something about Donald Trump, especially like on apps like Substack. You see a lot of unease about like the Taiwan situation in China. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something, yo. I made this video too. If y'all don't know that we about to go to war, y'all don't know. Y'all blind, yo. Y'all really blind, man. And y'all need to really open your eyes up to the geopolitical stuff. Because these people, all the signs be on the wall, and you people don't even know nothing. And, I'm going to tell you something about fighting. Or athlete sports. When I used to rumble, one of the first things that you can, if you know your opponent is pretty good, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you see if he's going to be overzealous. You're going to drag him in. Let's see if he's going to be overzealous. Let's see what's up. And this is very thought out and very planned. That's what my ex did. That my ex thought she was going to see me being overzealous, and she was right. When you challenge a fighter and stuff like that, this is something that is it's a shame. It's a shame that this is something that I had to experience. It's a shame that people who grew up like me had to have this problem. Or athletes have this problem that when they're challenged, they it's like they have to answer the call. Abuse victims suffer from this, especially male. So this is a problem. This is a problem in our society too, because it's two ways that's gonna happen. A lot of them snap on y'all, and some of y'all gonna be in the wrong place at the wrong time about that, and some of y'all snap on that because y'all bully victims and stuff like that. Yeah, they come out and they start hitting shit. But more importantly, being overzealous is how you trap your opponent. And there's ways you can do it. Like I could be like, oh, I'm hurt. Oh shit, what's this? I'm hurt a little bit. Damn. Yeah, man, I'm hurt. Oh. Damn, what's that? You know what I'm saying? I'm hurt. You mean? Then it could be I'm tired. I'm tired. We see basketball players do it and football players that get up, they hurt. You mean? Whole time they ain't hurt. You mean Patrick Mahomes shit. They ain't hurt. He ran 50 yards the next play. He ain't hurt. It's the fate. And what's crazy is, China seems like they smart enough to know better, right? They do the little drills and stuff. They do drills because they want to put resources there to make you think that they're doing a drill, but they may not do no drill the next time they do them resources. Put them resources out there. But it's hard because America got so many satellites in the sky that they can see around the world with they connect to each other and they can see. They pretty much got all around the clock. They can jump from satellite to satellite. They got around the clock coverage of things. But the thing about their coverage, the thing about it is that you're moving positions into place. And that takes time, and people can see that. They're like, oh shit, look all these people and all these positions being put there. What China about to do? They saw that with Russia, when Russia put all them people at the border in Ukraine. They telling Ukraine, they was telling the American public, Russia might attack Ukraine. How do they know that? Because they can look right on that satellite and see them put tanks there, Humvees there, and all that type of stuff, right? So what China do? China got all types of commercial vessels and stuff like that. But you can't hide a bunch of shit. I don't give a fuck what kind of vessels they are. You can't just hide a bunch of shit going someplace. I mean, it's very hard to hide that now with the type of coverage that we have around our earth. And China knows that. And there's another thing too, and I talked about this on my about us going to war this year. On that last video is China has a age problem, a childbirth problem, and an age problem. When China wanted the only one child thing, they created a big problem in their society. Now their median age stuff is getting older, and they know that they have to take Taiwan now. And I'm going to tell you something that I really believe. There's no reason why they put TSMC, I don't know a lot of people know this, but it was silently funded by American group, by IBM and them. It was silently funded. They didn't even have they didn't have conductors over there. Like the America had that. Apple, IBM, shit like that, Microsoft. We had we are the ones who created that. We have the patent on it. Why did we put TSMC? Why did we give the money for TSMC to set up semiconductors over there? I did that when I was at Drexel. When I did undergrad research, shooting silicon wafers with a femtosecond laser. The silicon wafers. That's the same wafers that the semiconductors are made by. That's what they do. They shoot the damn grooves in them and put the transistors on them and all that. I was the one shooting the grooves in them. It's called micro machining. So my point is that y'all see why did they put the money? Why did they invest in Taiwan? Why did Japan get hit with a nuke? And then they put bases in Japan. They think, whoa, it was because of Japan. Well, I think India and China now know better. Why is Jerusalem, always funded? Why is the Saudis funded? Everybody is a balance of power. The Saudis is there to check Jerusalem. Jerusalem is there to check Iran. But truthfully, they're there to make sure that they check also India too. It's always a balance of power right there. And guess what? The Russians and Chinese know that. They know that. See, this geopolitical stuff is real gangster. And what Donald Trump doing? Oh, I'm pulling people out. I'm a man of peace and all that type of stuff. When have you ever seen the U.S. talk about losing anything? The U.S. has been taking shit on the most disrespectful, arrogant level, most white supremacist Nazi. Like, you think Germany's bad? Y'all think Germany bad? By what they did just with the Jews? The U.S. got multiple genocides under our belt. And a systematic racism systematic racist system that has been going on for years. May not be as oppressive as the Jews and the Palestinians, but it's pretty bad. Look at the Tuskegee Airmen and all that. Look at those experiments. Look at the CIA's experiments, especially what they did to the shoe bomber. They burnt him out. I mean, they burnt him out. Ted Kuklinski and all that. And he was a professor at NYU, I think. See, my point is this, man. Y'all people won't see the signs. And then you be surprised, and you look up and now you want to spend time with your family and all that stuff. Well, some of y'all not gonna have your family, especially the people that ever did something to me, because like that Allah is waiting. Allah is waiting. He's gonna start stripping, and the fall is big and is treacherous. But even more important is this. You will see a lot of changes this year because this is the year of revenge, like I said. All that saving, stunting, all that stuff that was happening, last year and 23 and, all that regular living coming out of COVID and all that type of stuff. I don't know how y'all thought COVID happened. COVID happened because I got locked up. Allah wanted to make sure y'all got locked up too. You don't mess with an innocent person. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. Allah wanted to sit there and make sure that y'all suffer. But He's going to make sure He finalizes it this year. It's a year He's going to stamp it on y'all. And I bring the light. I bring the light for the people that's in darkness. I'm one of those people that I've always been one of those people that have always been very kind-hearted and very giving. And I know now why I was always betrayed. I know why. Because I was supposed to be betrayed. I was supposed to be betrayed. That's what happens when you have the heart of Jesus and when you are on that level. When you are a chosen one, you are supposed to be betrayed. If you are a chosen one looking at this, you can understand that. You are supposed to be betrayed. And don't let those things stop you from being who you are. And if anything, Up it like I've done. Up it. Do more. Do more. Do more. Do more. Do more. I hope that y'all prepare for battle. Prepare for battle. The barges that China's making, they ain't fooling nobody. They're not fooling nobody. But it's more than likely that they're walking into a trap. Even the $100 billion being invested in, you know, all the little TSMCs in Arizona. They got a couple of them being put up over here in America. And they think that we're going to abandon Taiwan, you know, when that's done. I would not bet on that. Is America the type to do that? Hell yeah, we the type to do that. We are treacherous. America's treacherous. It ain't no rap about it. But if, and I mean this is a big if America will see the error in their ways, no lie, yo, we would be the beacon of light for, like, we would be the next Atlantis. And this is wallahi, yo. And I'm going to explain something to y'all. This is wallahi. China started investing in Africa. Africa started kicking out the colonial powers, right? Then they let China in. Africa's just letting China in for like because they don't have no choice. They need somebody to invest into their country. So they're thinking the lesser of the evils. The problem is that China is just as worse as America, if not worse. And another thing about Africa is that they just don't want to be abused. They don't want to be used. And it's so sad, because if you really think about it, America has an opportunity to invest in Africa. And any economist will tell you that Africa is really going to be the most important beacon for any type of workforce or any type of manufacturing and stuff like that in the future. Like in the future, in the next 30, 40, 50 years, it's going to be the most important, right? But and I've been seeing this for years about Africa, seeing what they were talking about with the median age and stuff like that. That's why I've been talking about even on the war stuff, because that's why I know China's going to have to take that over. But forget the war stuff. Let's go into what's going to happen after the war, like economy and things like that. If there's an after the war, is that in order for America to put the karmic obligations behind of the slavery, the massacring the Native Americans and African Americans and things like that, and massacring the Arabs in the wars that were unworthy. I mean, they didn't happen. I mean, in Iraq and Afghanistan, that you shouldn't have been there. In order for y'all to put that karmic obligation away, doing what I just said about investing in Africa, putting the infrastructure there, putting the manufacturing there, putting the education there, and get them raised up to make Africa a booming economy. And Africa's a continent, not a country. Africa has like 79 countries in there, 59 countries, something like that, in one continent. In order for you to put them karmic obligations back, y'all should start investing in Africa. And y'all should start doing it now before the Chinese get there. And if we weaken the Chinese in the war for Taiwan, we should really start pivoting to Africa, yo. Instead of the way we pivoted to the Chinese. And y'all pivoted to the Chinese knowing that the Chinese was a good market. And Africa got the same amount of population there. And you know that India is not the next Africa, because India has kind of like a hollow economy. And I watched the bull saying that, but what's more important is India. If you look at India, yo, it's always weird to see, and this is what bothers me about America. Anytime you go outside of for the Four Seasons in San Francisco, anytime you go outside of a hotel like that, or any type of major, type of property, commercial property, stuff like that, and see Skid Row, and that's what you see in India. See Skid Row. Anytime you see something like that, you know something's up. That's not just That's just not an economic issue either, y'all. That's something really bothering, that's something in your heart for real. And that bothers me because I look at India as the land of the mystics, and that's something that I truly love, because I know Jesus went to India and learned there and then came back and did his prophethood. I know this is a fact. And that's something in somebody's heart anytime you can do that. And that has a lot about the nature of this reality that bothers me a lot. Because there's one thing that you feel in that afterlife, in that near-death experience, in that OBE, and you feel love. Love is not a feeling like an emotion. Love is what you are. Love is actually intertwined in the matrix, intertwined in the reality. We only feel separated by it because the emotions flow, the ebb and flows of it. But when you go into that other side, it's already ingrained in the reality. That's all you feel is love and peace. So it's not a feeling up there, it's what it is. It's who you are. It's part of the reality. So if America wants to exhume their karmic obligation for all the nut shit that they did and be a real beacon of that, of moving forward, because after this battle, more than likely we could start putting these weapons aside, and we could start working on cooperation instead of competition, because there's no real borders. I mean, I don't even understand that, but I mean, I understand it if there's not a world, if it's not one world economy like a new world order, if it's not one economy, then you're going to have borders. Because you're going to have one place doing better than the other. But if everybody is starting to work out and do about the same, nobody from Mexico wants to be in America for real, other than for money. You think a Mexican wants to come over here? They love Mexico. A Philadelphia person loves Philadelphia. A New York person would never move out of New York. You see what I'm saying? Fucking people in Saudi Arabia never want to come out this joint. You think they want to move to China? You think a Chinese person wants to move to Sahara Africa? I'm only saying that but they will only do it for money, for better like life or whatever. So the point I'm making is that that's the next move for y'all. I got a feeling that y'all will see it. I got a feeling that they already know, and they just waiting. You mean? But I don't know nothing. I'm just the only person that keeps predicting all the shit on here and being right about all of them. What's crazy is I haven't been wrong yet. So, I have no love, man. I like seeing this, man. I like seeing this. I like being able to see that this is like war games and chess games and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But most importantly, I like seeing justice. And that's what I get a chance to see this year. I get a chance to see justice. And that's what I like seeing. So I'm gonna pay attention and I'm gonna stay tuned to see the justice. Because when my justice is over, I'm going to make sure that after that I'm gonna be peace. I'm gonna be at peace. I can't wait to see this justice, yo. Cause I'm gonna be at peace, and I'm gonna spend the rest of my life helping and saving. You know what I mean? I got some years left. You know what I mean? I'm gonna spend the rest of my life helping and saving, yo. Saving lives and teaching people about God and how to get there and how to have a relationship with Him. You know what I mean? Because enlightenment is easy, very easy to do. But it's what you do after enlightenment that's even more important for us chosen ones, yo. It's way more important for us. Because we the ones that are the beacons for humanity. We the ones. I'm going.